Hello, my name is Julian Mapp. I'm from San Antonio. Split my time between the military hospital and San Antonio Fire Department. So a quick disclaimer, obviously I'm in the military. However, today, I'm speaking on behalf of myself, and talk today in no way reflects the official policy of the United States government, Department of Defense, or the U.S. Army. So let's clear up some terminology. So I call this technique double sequential defibrillation, but not everyone does. Some people will interchange double and dual. Others will switch up sequential and simultaneous. Some people who just really want you to know where to place those pads will go ahead and add external to the name of it. They're all the same technique. So, who's an appropriate patient to consider for this therapy? So, we got this guy on the couch, not feeling so good, looks vaguely familiar, having some chest pain. Calls 911, medics show up, place your device of choice, and they see something that looks like this. Rhythm strip was lost, but my 4-year-old was able to reproduce it. Patient goes pulseless, ACLS is started. You go through your classic ACLS algorithm, going all the way down. At some point, you're going to reach a point where you've already given 3 doses of clean and efficient biphasic energy. But positive toddler sign remains. What are you going to do? You reach that point of electrical storm, refractory V-fib. Essentially, you're beyond ACLS at this point. But I heard something on the internet, a blog, a podcast, EMDoc's Facebook group about this double sequential defibrillation thing. Is it that time? Should we go big or go home? Should we kick it up to the next level? Maybe or maybe not. If you make the decision to employ this therapy, you should make sure to do it right. So the kind folks at Rebel EM let me use their image for this slide. The key takeaway is this. You need 2 vectors to go through the heart. However you do it is up to you. As far as pad placement, I'm agnostic as long as it's practical. So how do you actually do the technique? You have one operator man 2 devices and attempt to deliver simultaneous defibrillations. However, due to inherent human limitations, you're going to end up with a sequential administration of that defibrillation. When you're talking the difference between simultaneous and sequential, the difference of milliseconds matters. So truly, if it's not automated, it's always a sequential defibrillation. You can substitute one of your devices for an AED, but obviously you got to kind of try to time it with that AED as well. So, thankfully, patient got ROSC, has a perfusing rhythm. How did the therapy actually work? So the quick answer is, no one knows. There are 4 leading theories out there. Theory 1, maybe 2 vectors are simply better than 1. By having 2 separate vectors, you're recruiting more myocytes to your cause, increasing the odds of having perfusing rhythm. Option 2, there is canine data that suggests that if you administer a defibrillation sequentially, you actually lower the defibrillation threshold. Option 3, maybe adults are just really round kids. We can all agree that defibrillation in the pediatric population is a weight-based therapy. And when we decided on the adult dose of defibrillation years ago, Americans were a bit smaller then. Maybe if you're obese or have a barrel chest, you simply just require more energy. And there's some porcine data to support that theory. 4th option, cognitive errors, cognitive stress. I think we can all agree that people tend to overventilate when they're running a code. Just human factors involved. People get excited, do crazy things. When last time you were running an arrest like this, when's the last time you actually checked the pad placement? If that vector is not through the heart, there is no amount of defibrillation that's going to help you. Maybe having 2 sets of vectors is an accuracy by volume strategy that overcomes that human factor. So what's the evidence for this technique? We're in the realm of anecdote. In your department today, well, not today because we're here at the conference, let's say a week from now, you get someone refractory V-fib, hey, let's go try it out, I heard at AAM. You do it, patient dies, you can still publish that case report. If you're an EMS medical director You do a case series of 10, literally no one lives, you can still get that published. So very much anecdotal evidence. And most importantly, we don't really know what the mechanism is. So we can't put our physiology hats on and say, maybe this subset of patients would be more likely to benefit versus this one. So one of my other hats is working with the San Antonio Fire Department. We do double sequential there. We do it quite frequently. So we had 3 years of data, figured, let's analyze and see what we get. So in our system, after 3 conventional defibrillations, you're essentially allowed to keep going, sparking the patient until they either convert or catch on fire, or try double sequential. So when we looked at our data, that's what we found. Odd ratio 0.5, 95%, both sides. So not really helping, can't really say it harms, can't really say it helps, right? So, just in conclusion, double sequential defibrillation is one tool to consider when you have that refractory VFib patient. It's relatively easy to do. It's relatively simple to do. However, I can't stand here today and say there's good quality evidence for employing this therapy. Thank you for your time.